Alright, good morning everyone. Today is Saturday, April 19th. It's almost Easter. Well, tomorrow will be Easter. Today I decided not to put on my glasses or my contacts on because it was bothering me for a little bit. Plus, just kind of woke up, so um, just pretty excited. Yeah, I might have to, freshen up in a little bit, but I came across this video, and well, basically, this video is something else. So uh, I'll be showing you this one video. It's about this one lady abusing a child that has, well, basically, that has a grin, uh, well, that has a disability. She has what is called the Grin syndrome. A Grin syndrome, as you can see, is basically a disorder or basically a group of rare genetic neurodevelopmental disorders that's caused by mutations in genes that code for subnets of the NMDA. So, uh, so basically, she has this rare genetic disorder, and basically, this video is kind of disturbing from the way it's showing. Basically, showing the teacher being abusive. So, before I go to this video, please subscribe to my channel, click the notification, and click the like button. It'd be very helpful to reach out to the rest of the special needs community. So, but anyways, also leave a comment on my page and just tell me what you guys think of this video.
Sanaya's cries heard on the recording.
She was crying, and she doesn't cry for nothing.
My name is Sanaya.
It is Sanaya.
18-year-old Sanaya Reese lives with a rare gene mutation called GRIN1, causing neurodevelopment disorders. She takes special needs classes at Plano Senior High, where a now former special needs educator is under criminal investigation for alleged abuse against the girl.
We caught this, but we don't know what else happened before this. These are just a couple of moments that we're able to catch.
Sanaya's parents sharing video from January they obtained from the district in March. They say it shows an educator pulling Sanaya by her neck, bending her fingers backward, and being rough with her. Sanaya's cries heard on the recording.
She was crying, and she doesn't cry for nothing. If this were your child.
Her parents spoke at a Plano ISD board meeting Tuesday.
We want accountability and we want action.
Plano ISD told Fox 4 the staff member no longer works there and was reported to the state. It did not say if the educator, who has not been charged with a crime, was fired or resigned.
My daughter has been out of school since January 21st.
Sanaya's family fears what they see on video might only be a sample of incidents involving their daughter or other special needs students.
And they should be able to follow protocols, guidelines, and procedures to be able to protect our kids and educate our kids.
All right, so as you can see from the video, it's it's tough to see that the abusiveness in high school. And like I said before, earlier on all my other channel is, I would not recommend your special needs child to go to a public school system, because the reasons why is, for one, I already know the public school system is more made for the prison pipeline, or they quote unquote say is more of prison pipeline, and so I learned this from history. And number two, they just don't know how to handle with kids who has special needs very well. They should. I really think that teachers should get a license for not only just teaching but also for someone who can handle the special needs. Um, Also, I will like to apologize. Um, I have the windows open. It's pretty nice and it's very cool outside. It's about I'm assuming it's about 60, about 70 degrees today, so it's pretty nice out there. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and read this to you guys. I got this from the CBS News. So it's saying a Plano independent school district families believes their daughter who has a disability was discovered. Um, yeah, was discovered. Uh, Sorry, I'm kind of reading this. Was physically abused by a high school teacher. Police are investigating. Celestial Nelson said a few years ago her daughter, Sanya, was diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder called Gren syndrome. And basically, as I said it earlier, Gren syndrome is a disorder, uh, of a rare genetic neurodevelopmental disorder caused by mutations in genes that code for subnets of the receptors. These receptors are crucial for communication between brain cells and learning. Grand disorders are characterized by developmental delays, intellectual disabilities, and epilepsy, with other symptoms varying depending on the affective genes. So basically, she struggles to talk, she struggles to communicate. Uh, she doesn't, I would say her intellectual communication is like very low. So that's what it is. She's totally disabled. Uh, Lestiel Nelson said she needs help with personal care, feeding, transferring, diapering, everything. So basically, how would I say this? She's almost like a vegetable. Like, I think she can feel, she can, like, she has, she does feel sensation and things like that. But as far as like walking, as far as mobility, things like that, she can't do none of that. Um, Basically, she needs 24/7 care. You know, basically, they have to take care of her 24/7. And, and of course, it's, you know, it's really tough. And I wouldn't say, I would say this. I wouldn't say that the school, I would say like the school, the public school system should not take care of this, or should not um, uh, trying to word things without, you know, without be offensive. So basically, that student needs actually a caregiver to be with her 24/7, even in school, because the teacher has so much to do and they have so much to teach in grades. She does, the teachers does not have time for someone who has that type of disability. Um, I would say at least teachers should have like three, at least around three assistants to help the teacher out, you know, and this will help solve the problem a little bit. But yeah, I would not recommend her going to a public school system, especially in that condition. She needs to go to either a special school, or they should create a school for just the special needs children, um, and so on and so forth. I wouldn't recommend sending her to a private school either because of her rare condition. Either you can have her homeschool where the caregivers can come over and help, or create a special needs school for the kids who have special needs. So, continue on. Leslie Nelson said earlier, this year she started noticing things that would concern her when her daughter arrived home from school. When she would get home, she would have a horrible diaper rash that would be bleeding. That's pretty bad, she said. I asked them about it, asked them if they could change her more, and it was a struggle. Also, with the feeding, they put her on a liquid diet without notifying me, so Sonia lost 10 to 15 pounds. Again, I would not recommend her to go to a public school, because they just can't handle those type of things, especially with the rare condition that she has. She needs a caregiver that can help her with that 24/7. So I would not put her into that school. I would recommend you homeschooling her, or I would recommend, creating or having some sort of funds or something to help create a special needs school for kids who have special needs. That way, the teachers who not only has the license but also has the training of how to handle kids with special needs can know what to do in that situation. So I'm just giving you guys advice of what to do here. All right. Leslie Nelson said she asked her daughter if she could put a recording device in her backpack. She said yes, so I put an audio recorder in her book bag and just recorded it. Leslie Nelson explained. On January 8th, she heard Sonia crying. I know that Sonia doesn't cry, she said. She took her daughter to a doctor who documented a decreased range of motion in her neck, Leslie Nelson said. I apologize. My computer was acting up a little bit, so I'm trying to adjust here. Here it is. So she took her daughter to a doctor who documented a decreased range motion in her neck, Leslie Nelson said. She said, again, yeah, she said her daughter has not returned to school since, which that's good. That's good that they took her out. Leslie Nelson told CBS News Texas she asked Plano ISD to send her the video from that day and just received it last week. A teacher's action in the video greatly concerned her. While she was doing something, she elbowed her and pushed her head down, and then because Sonia's head went down, she choked her pick up to pick her up, and Sonia started crying. Leshtiel Nelson said, "I saw that she bent her fingers backwards." Again, you know, I don't think she knows like what she's doing. I really think the teacher doesn't know what she's doing. She's like, I can see she's doing the best she can to, you know, do stuff. But again, you know, it's my opinion. Um, but I mean, I see a little bit of abuse, but not like a whole lot from what I saw from this video. But again, if there's abuse happening at that school, I would not recommend her going to that school. I would recommend, you know, finding a special needs school, or I recommend her being homeschooled. I think homeschool is actually the best for her, where the caregivers can take care of her and help her out with her education. And you can have like a private tutor teacher to help her. So, uh, so, so forth, so on. So basically, let me see here. It's really difficult to watch the video more than once, but each time we do look at it, we do find something else that was wrong, Elvin Nelson said. On social media, Leshtiel Nelson documented all of her concerns. In a statement to CBS News Texas, a spokesperson for Plano ISD said, Plano ISD is aware of the video circulating on social media depicting a classroom incident. The district acted swiftly and took immediate action to ensure accountability. The employee involved is no longer with Plano ISD, and all concerns were immediately reported to the appropriate agency in accordance with law. Plano ISD does not tolerate any threats to students' safety. We are fully committed to protecting all students, including our most vulnerable learners, by enforcing strict policy and procedures. Due to privacy laws and the ongoing nature of this matter, we cannot provide additional details. However, our focus remains on the safety and well-being of all students. So basically, yeah, they did a little investigation and put in a new policy. But again, I really don't think those type of public school teachers can handle the special needs students very well unless they have the training. And I really don't think all the teachers have the special needs training of how to handle kids with special needs. So again, like I said, I would recommend, when you have kids with that type of disability where, you know, they can't intellectual talk, move, or can't go to the bathroom or any of those things like that, I would not recommend your child to go to a special needs. Sorry, I would not recommend your child to go to a public school. I would recommend them to go either a special needs school if it's out there, or my proponent is to homeschool them so that you can have a caregiver to help out with the situation. to help out with your child. And also I would have, hire a private tutor, or I wouldn't say a private tutor, I would have said a private teacher tutor that can help students who has those type of disability. So again, thank you for watching this video. Take care, give care, and I'll see you later.